Hello everyone, this is Mira and I'm back with another matchup video. This time it's against Ibuki. Ibuki actually was my main in like season 2, season 3. Actually until pretty recently last year I actually made Laura my main. So I know this matchup pretty well, especially from the outside like perspective. As like playing Ibuki against Laura. I'm going to give you how I kind of approach the matchup, and I'll also talk a little bit how Eli approaches the matchup, since I'm the one who actually, I fought him the most, obviously, in this matchup as Ibuki fighting Laura. So, just getting right into it. Thunderclap actually kind of bullies Ibuki pretty well. She doesn't have the best option to deal with it. The best is like crouch short. If she has meter, however, she can like go through it with EX Rida. So if you're like throwing like thunderclaps out here, she's going to be able to like snipe you. EX Rida does go very fast, very far, very fast. So it's something to be aware of if she has meter. Also, she can obviously jump EX Kunai on reaction as well. And she can EXDP you as well. So doing something like the Stand Pierce and EX Thunderclap, it's not always gonna work. So sometimes just doing like Stand Pierce into nothing against her when they have meter, especially if they've shown that they've blown it up before. B skill back is not gonna bait this EX Rida. This is a punish. I'm still in counter hit state. I'm not hitting anything, as you see. I'm holding back. And, yeah. So Ibuki handles her like pressure a little bit better with meter, but without it, her low forward doesn't go under it. Neither does her sweep really. So she can like outside of crouch light kick range, she can kind of get bullied. So like around this is like the sweet spot. Oh no, EX right up. That you can kind of bully her with pressure. So actually, when Ibuki doesn't have meter, I actually heavily bully with the Thunderclap until they find a way to like have an answer for it without meter. So that might actually make this matchup a little bit easier for you all. Just don't be canceling it off of like crouch fierce or like buttons, because then they're in range to crouch short under it. But if you do like a string like this, and then maybe walk back a little bit and throw a Thunderclap, or like this, like delay your pressure with Thunderclap. It's gonna lose to like heavy mashing, but I think it's one of the like key components in really like taking advantage over Ibuki. So we're just gonna go into the neutral now. So neutral against Ibuki, it's pretty straightforward. Honestly, this matchup is pretty straightforward. One of the big pokes that Ibuki's like to throw out is this forward heavy kick. It has pretty good range. It spaces out pretty well on block. Too close, you can punish it with stand jab. So you should practice the ranges where you can get the stand jab. But it's really whiff punishable. Honestly, this is one of the main buttons I would look to whiff punish against Ibuki if they're throwing this out a lot. Don't crouch block as much, because it will extend your hurt box. Then you'll block it a little bit farther away. So if you're like standing around like this, it actually becomes really easy. Another poke that they use is crouch medium punch, but stand short deals with this very, very well. Stand short and like trying to whip punish the forward heavy kick is pretty much the go-tos in this matchup. You have to, if you can play this very, very simply, actually. So a lot of Ibukis, when they have meter or something, they're gonna fish with crouch medium punch and EX Kunai or something. So they don't have to really confirm with the... They can confirm crouch medium punch in a heavy DP. It's just not as safe. So there's that. Low forward is also a decent poke. It's pretty quick and it does okay damage. The thing is, like, that's why I don't really block my toes too much until they have meter, because from out here it is +3, but they can't link into light DP from here. They really want to get you to like counter hit, so they can firm in a heavy DP or stand light kick or something. But again, stand short, crouch medium kick as well. Decent options to combat that button. And another big problem is like sometimes like, oh, what if they're like throwing V skill like 2 in neutral? Oh, she's like holding it. Oops. That was supposed to be V skill 1, I think. Let's go on a V skill 1 and then V skill 2. We'll go in order. There we go. Yeah. This is also pretty heavily whiff punishable. Oops, as I fail multiple times to whip punish it. There we go. You can also whip punish it with a bolt tackle, or interrupt it with bolt tackle or EX command grab. You can also jump it. So if they're like doing strings and then ending in there, a lot of times you can just jump over them. That's a good option. You can try for like a big whip punish, but honestly, like, crouch fierce works very, very well. Stand fierce works very, very well. Crouch fierce is probably the best option. You can also interrupt it if they're doing it a lot. You can start like throwing out your buttons, but it still works pretty good as a to retract her hurt box. So honestly, like, if you have meter, I don't know, I think it's worth it to spend it just to deal some extra damage against her for throwing that thoughtlessly. And then like if she's like throwing V skill 2 in neutral, honestly I think this V skill isn't very good. I'm not a huge fan of it. Oops. But I don't know, some Ibukis will use it. Walk forward sweep works pretty well, even if it like trades. You just have to be in range. It works pretty well because you kind of duck under it and you still have enough time. EX, like canceling into EX isn't very good, but EX bolting right through it is actually really easy. I'm trying to do it as late as possible to show you. There's that. Jumping it, you can jump it. You just have to be kind of close. It's not the best option. You can also stand roundhouse it. I'm trying to do it kind of late to show y'all, but yeah, you can stand roundhouse, and sometimes you can just let it go, because you don't want to be too late, and you're -7 right in front of them, and they get some V skill. But the sweep is I think it's a good trade. If you're doing like, you're doing 90, they're doing 20. It's a good trade for you. Ibuki has like 925 health. So she actually every little like damage like that is gonna rack up really quickly for them. And another thing that you have to deal with is kunai. So the closer it is to your toes, the more plus it's gonna be. You can also make it negative if you're like standing right here. That was -5. That you're +2 right here, +3. They kind of have to hit your toes. So why did I space this out weird? Oh, I don't know why. There we go. Better than that. Neutral jumping works pretty okay. The thing is, like, sometimes they might be out of range. But yeah, neutral jumping might work. Like preemptively is pretty good against this. You can EX bolt through it as well. Actually, stand short works pretty good if you're comfortable with this. Stand shorting these. Usually if you're a little late or it's not gonna work out. But you can make this like -13 and punish them for this if you're comfortable with trying to do this. So stand short against meterless kunai. So if they have no meter, I think this is an acceptable solution. But honestly, just trying to space them out works as well. Like walking forward a little bit, or even if you like V skill into it, because you think, oh, I'm gonna just V skill under them. They're only plus like 2, +0. Like it actually, you can make this kind of like like a weird like situation by doing that. Because a lot of times like I would want to B-skill under like her jumps just to not deal with it, and even if you get hit by a kunai, it's actually not a favorable situation for Ibuki half the time, depending on when the kunai actually hits. So knowing where the kunai hits and when it hits is actually very important, because sometimes it's gonna hit super like high up, and you actually on hit get a punish. That was a punish. So it's just something to be aware of. Another thing I want to talk about is like dealing with Ibuki's pressure. So one of her most common, oh, we're blocking all, good. One of her most common options is Raida. It's one of her strongest, to be honest. She gets the crouch short and the stand light kick. And if you try to backdash out of it, you're gonna get caught, and that stand short or crouch short actually combos into stand short because of the active frames. So honestly, the best thing you can do. Let me have this. This lady quick rise. All right. Normal recovery. Thank you very much. Like against Ibuki, most of the time you wanna adhere to that meme, take the throw. She's only +5. Ooh, that was a weird like spike in my game. What the hell? She's only +5, and most of the time they're gonna do like a meaty forward heavy kick. So if you see your opponent autopiloting, sorry, I'm gonna take the throw, and you see them autopiloting this after throw every single time they're doing forward heavy kick. You can actually, if you time it right, you can stand fierce and combo. Yeah, you can do something like that, and that does a lot of damage. If you're a little late, you're gonna get crush countered. So you just gotta make sure you can have the time make sure it's frame perfect. Else you're gonna get crush countered. You could hit a couple buttons too. You could hit stand medium punch. It's a little bit faster, so that's really the real meaty. Sometimes they'll like jump at you after a throw or something and mix it up there. But yeah, then you just commit to blocking. But I would just show that situation once. If you see them do it every single time, and you're like, all right, you're gonna do forward heavy kick again, and blow them up for it. It's not really a real pressure after that. That's why, like, yeah, taking the throw against Ibuki it's not very scary, unless you're in the corner, because you're kind of far away right here. But if we go into the corner, she's really close to you. So this is where it gets really scary, because then like I tech and she walks forward, walks back, or I finally commit to mashing and they hit crouch medium punch and EX kunai. This is the place you want to avoid at all costs against Ibuki. I would always want to play this mid screen. I think the corner, Laura does actually really well in mid screen against Ibuki, and most of the time it's actually favorable for her. And the corner, though, I think it benefits Ibuki way more than it benefits Laura. So sometimes just back up. You don't want to risk a back throw into the corner or something, or have like a side switch, especially if she has meter or something like that. Another thing I want to talk about in terms of pressure, I've been having my buttons all sticky. No. There we go. So after EX kunai or EXDP, if you quick rise and they do medium kick command dash, they're only 0. So you can actually mash your 3-frame here, or like EX bolt tackle to try to keep them honest. They can do something different, like light kick command dash, and then go from there, or they do medium. Sometimes they can try to call you out for mashing and do medium kick command dash into light DP. It's a very risky option for them. It will beat your mashing. It's kind of a medium med risk high high risk, like meh reward. So just so you know that there's that option available every time you like, okay, they bust out with EXDP. Alright, just quick rise and see if they're gonna medium kick command dash at you. Back rising also is it leaves you -5, but you're kind of far away. So you can kind of just walk back. Walking back against Ibuki's pressure is actually, I think, valid. Outside of like rider range. So say you get knocked down against Ibuki, so let's say we'll just do like, I'll just do that, and then like walking back isn't very scary unless she has a meter. So like I will initially hold down back and then start walking back against her. Because I don't want to get hit meaty crouch and medium kick because that can link into like DP, so it can loop. But against this pressure, yeah, it's really at worst you're gonna eat like 60 damage and then you're kind of out. That you can also try backdashing against her pressure as well to see if they're gonna call you out on it. There's another thing I want to talk about is EX Kunai Pressure. So if they just do that normal EX Kunai, and it doesn't hit behind, really far behind you like that. So if it hits kind of closer to you and they dash, you're actually going to be like +2. The only way they can make it really plus is if they do the medium, the light punch and the heavy punch variant and dash, and they have to space that out to make it +2. So they do something like this, oops, yeah, like that, to make it plus. So if they do that, that's gonna be plus. The thing, oh, I need to, there we go. The thing is though, you can V reversal the first hit of that EX Kunai to knock them down. The problem is if you block the bomb, they actually can dash and recover. So they could dash and just like throw you, or just dash and block, and you kind of just wasted a V reversal there. So knowing when to V reversal Ibuki's like EX Kunai is very important. And I don't think I talked about Air EX Kunai. It's a very powerful tool for Ibuki to get in. Neutral jumping though is very good against this. You kind of see her in the air and kind of meet her. Even if she does a normal jump, you can try to combat her in the air. At the worst, you're probably going to do like an air-to-air trade. You can also, yeah, EX Volt through it. That's what I normally do. It's easiest for me. V-shifting it, it does work. The problem with V-shifting it is if you're a little close, you're going to block the bomb and it actually is going to be plus. So, V-shift breaking is, if you're going to V-shift, that's the most reliable situation to just kind of move them back. But if you're kind of farther out here, it's kind of dangerous. I don't like V-shifting normally to do it. I like to V-shift break it if I'm going to V-shift it. I mean, there's obviously her like V-trigger setups and stuff. That I don't know. I don't know. V-trigger 1. I'm just gonna say if they activate it on block, it's gonna be +2. But I'm down backing there. I just V reversal their activation if it's on block, and if it's on hit, they earn their mix up. You're gonna have to lab some defensive situation. So if the Ibuki hits you with a mix up, like you should go to the lab and try to recreate it. Yeah, you should be able to recreate it and be like, all right, what can I do about this situation? Like this is which one's the one where you just throw it and it explodes? This is new Ibuki stuff that I don't really know too much. Is it the forward one? Yeah. So yeah, I've actually seen this before. Like it's just like, alright, I'm gonna hit you, and then do a little reset. What? Oh. Alright, there we go. You can just jump out of some of these. And obviously, I mean, Fuma Shuriken has been out for a while. I don't know. I'm not gonna go over that too hard. The thing I really wanna drill is like that. It's kind of very straightforward. I would play risk reward, and really optimize damage. Sometimes instead of going for like more extended pressure, I'll cash out on damage instead. I'll do that 254 against her as opposed to that 190, because Ibuki doesn't have that much health. So every interaction where I maximize my damage, it's going to really hurt her and really put her at a disadvantage. Sometimes I'll just use my meter for defensive situations like V shift or V reversal, because my normal like interactions with her, if I get a clean hit, I do way more damage to her than she's gonna do to me. She has to really loop me, or extend her pressure hard to kind of catch me like hitting buttons or something mid-screen to try to extend that pressure. A lot of times I'll just take throws or like start backdashing or walking back to try not to get hit by like that crouching medium punch into DP or EXDP or stance wrong or whatever. Just be really aware of how she's presenting her pressure. And obviously if you're in the corner, you're going to have to guess like everyone else. So this is a situation you have to avoid to win this matchup. Rounds can be lost very, very quickly and easily in that corner. So staying mid-screen, keeping it very simple and minimizing risk while maximizing damage, I think is the key to this matchup. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to go over. I love you guys. Be safe. Have a wonderful day. Yay, Ibuki and Laura. I really like these characters. Alright, bye-bye.